die was cast, the Prime Minister had decided, the timetable was set.
When I saw the pictures, I have to say it was like a knife through my soul.
The truth is being covered up. Today's vote is about whether they want to be complicit in this cover-up.
A trifecta of trouble for the Prime Minister. The monumental error he made in appointing Peter Mandelson as US ambassador haunting him still, as he faced two ghosts from his past, and a debate on whether to refer the Prime Minister to the parliamentary committee that took down Boris Johnson. First came Sir Philip Barton, in charge at the Foreign Office when Mandelson's appointment was announced, and by which time he says there was no turning back.
At no point did anyone consult me, ask me. I was presented with a decision. There was no space, and told to get on with it. There was no space for dialogue.
And what he didn't want to talk about was even more revealing.
Do you think the Prime Minister's statement that full due process was followed is a fair description of what happened in Mandelson's case?
I'm going to dodge. I mean, I'm not going to answer your question.
But he did say this about the timing of Mandelson's developed vetting, the top level of security clearance.
It was unusual for the announcement to be made before he received DV.
Next up was Morgan McSweeney, the PM's former chief of staff and once his closest aide, here to take responsibility for giving the PM the wrong advice.
The appointment of Mandelson as ambassador was a serious error of judgement. I advised the Prime Minister in support of that appointment, and I was wrong to do so.
Advice he insists was based on lies Mandelson told him about the depth of his relationship with Epstein.
How I understood it at the time was a passing acquaintance that he regretted having and that he apologised for. What has emerged since then was way, way, way worse than I had expected at the time. And it was when I saw the pictures, when I saw the Bloomberg questions in September 2025, I have to say it was like a knife through my soul. I did not expect that level of connection that he was talking about there.
But at the time, a risk worth taking, because Number 10 wanted a Trump whisperer in Washington.
I don't think the Prime Minister would have chosen Mandelson if Kamala Harris had been elected president. I think he considered about who would be the right fit for the White House.
From the Select Committee room to the floor of the House of Commons, where Starmer's opposite number made her case that the PM had misled Parliament.
The Ministerial Code is very clear. Ministers who mislead the House must correct the record, and I quote, at the earliest opportunity. It is very obvious that the Prime Minister, what the Prime Minister said at the dispatch box was not correct.
Labour MPs being whipped to vote down the Conservative motion. Starmer allies out in force.
Whilst the parties opposite, which you can hear from their chuntering and their joking and their shouting, are playing games, this Labour government is doing the work that matters.
But some Labour MPs clearly very uncomfortable.
After a career of working so closely with victims of child sexual abuse that I could not even begin to express how much it hurts me when people are screaming at me in the street that I am a member of the Pedo Protectors Party.
It is vital that ministers demonstrate the utmost transparency, and it is vital that we, as MPs, no matter our political allegiance, do not allow the impression that we are in any way attempting to cover things up for the leadership of our parties.
The Prime Minister has won this vote and for now will not be investigated by the Privileges Committee, which will be a huge relief to Number 10. Senior figures tell me that the Tories blew their chance by pressing for this so soon to the May elections and while other Mandelson investigations were already underway. But others have a different take. One senior Labour source told me that this was a very hollow victory, with many MPs quietly fuming that they've been put in this position where political opponents can accuse them of being complicit in a cover-up. And the person they blame for that is Starmer.
Do you have confidence in the Prime Minister?
Absolutely.
For now, the Cabinet putting on a united front, but beneath is a party splintering, and all bets are off after the elections in May.